Hi guys, it's Liz here. Welcome back. Today I have a quick project to show you, and I'll show you actually how I made it. I'm catching up still with my videos, so I'm hoping to get through them soon. This one is using a collection called Bayfair by Rosie's Studio. You have seen me use items from Rosie's Studio before, and I do have discount codes for, I believe, 2 of the collections that I've used previously. I think the Bayfair discount code expires at the end of the month of July, so just letting you know in case you wanted anything from that collection. This is a one-page wonder. I've used one of their 12 by 12 sheets of paper from the Bayfair collection to make the base. And then, of course, all the gorgeous pieces of ephemera that I'm showing you. I did use a couple from this collection, Bellevue, but primarily all of them are from the Bayfair collection, as I mentioned. I do have unboxings for both of these collections, and I will link those videos below, as well as the discount code for this one that I believe is still active. So these little pieces on the front pocket are from the Bellevue collection, and then everything else is from the Bayfair one. So you can see it's got 2 pockets on the front. I added the little sunshine, the gold little hearts, and then here's just a little area to put a little note card. Now this was not my original idea. This is from Septeria 18. I'm sure many of you have seen her gorgeous projects already. I will link her channel below. I saw this one like a year ago, and I hadn't really quite shown you what I made with the inspiration from her channel. So here we've got a little pocket on the side. I've got more ephemera from the collection, and then I just added this cute little glassine envelope, not glassine, vellum envelope, and I just added more ephemera, one of the little floral stickers, and I think it's just a perfect little pocket there. So I've made like extra pockets with that one. On this side with the florals, I've got a couple of more little ephemera pieces. And then in the big pocket in the center, I just added another piece. So if you wanted to make this, it's flat mail, which is perfect. You can send it in the mail. You can load it up with ephemera. You could certainly add this to a journal. And, you can just exchange it with friends. If you load it up with things, it could be a great greeting card as well. So anyways, I had so much fun putting this together, and it is the easiest thing you'll ever make. I'm going to show you how to make it just with a regular sheet of paper, because really I didn't feel like I needed measurements for it. But like I said, for with Septeria 18, she does have a tutorial on measurements and everything else depending on the size of paper you used. I just wanted to quickly show you, these are some of the projects I've made with some of the Rosie's Studio collection. I think I've got 3 or 4 different projects, and whatever I'm not showing you here, I will link that playlist below so you can see the different projects I've made with their collections, and they actually all are, I think, one-page wonders as far as I can remember. I had so much fun with it. Okay, so I'm just going to grab an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper because I think that will be the easiest for me to show you. And I'm doing this also because you can do it with any size of paper. So I'm just folding it a little bit up to make that kind of envelope pocket. And when I fold the flap down, I'm going to leave about 1/4 of an inch between the actual fold that I made at the bottom and the fold at the top. Now, if I used my scoreboard, it would have been a great measurement, but I didn't. So I'm just going to straighten this up a little bit. I kind of messed it up. I didn't want to pull out a scoreboard right now. So anyways, you see how I'm leaving that kind of little space between the top fold and the bottom fold? And here I'm just straightening this up a little bit. So basically we're making like a faux envelope size. And you can see how easy that comes together. And like I said, it really doesn't matter the size of paper that you use. Here you can fold one side over all the way, or just leave a little space between it, or add more space from the fold. And that's entirely up to you. So as you see here, I'm just folding this floral over, and the white border, it's kind of good because it gives you an indication as to how far I folded it down there. All right, so now we just do a couple cuts and some gluing. So you can see here to my bottom left, I'm just going to cut on either side of that score line. Now for the project for Rosie's Studio, I did use their 12 by 12 sheet of paper. I cut it to size. I'll put the actual measurements at the end of what I used for the one with the Rosie's Studio collection, just in case you wanted to make that one. So here, I'm just cutting again on the other side here of the score line. And we'll cut this part right off. So this short fold, we're going to cut right off. Now, of course, you'll do a better job than I'm doing here. I didn't even cut straight, so I'm just gonna fix it. But this is just my sample to keep it on hand and then just to show you how to put this together. So we've got a piece that we just cut off from the top. Here, I'm just going to do a little bit of angle cuts just so that it folds down nicer. And it kind of looks more like an envelope when you do it that way. Just gotta fix that again a little bit. So I'm just using regular photocopy paper. That's why it's kind of bendy and it's not, you know, it's not as sturdy as your scrapbook paper would be. All right, so we bring the left side over, as you can see, and then we bring the bottom up. And we make sure that we now bring that first top there down. And that's how easily we make that little pocket at the bottom. Isn't that fun? I love that design that she did, because you're just using one sheet of paper and you're making like all these different little sizes of ephemera holders. So I hope this one works. Usually with this type of paper, the hole punch doesn't work there. So that seemed to work. And now we're just going to add glue to two of the sides to close the pocket. Okay, so glue to the left side here and then the top of that flap, and this way we make that thin pocket at the bottom, which I think it's really nice. You can write a little note and stick a nice thin little note there. Now I found that for these ones in particular, it's about just a little over an inch that you could stick a little sheet of paper in there, which is kind of neat. All right, so we take this flap down and then we add glue to the left and the right side to make that little center pocket. And there you have those pockets. So now we've got the center and then the one on the side. And then on the inside, let me just show you quickly before I do that. So this is our little piece of paper that we had left. If you wanted to reinforce this with something, this could be your little journaling card that you tuck in on the inside there. You've got your pocket here, and then you open this up, and you could also use that extra piece as a belly band for the left side. And now here, I don't think this is going to work. For some reason, it just feels like it's not going to punch out. And it is kind of like the small one. I should have, you know, brought out my like 2-inch one or my 3-inch one, but that's okay. Again, this is like my sample, the one that I'm going to keep to remind me of how I made this project. So we've got that. Now we're adding glue to the left and the right side again to make that pocket. So check out my playlist. As I mentioned, I have many one-page wonder projects. Plus I also have a playlist for Rosie's Studio as well with the different projects I've been making with their collections. So here you go. Easy peasy, my friends. You can see the difference in size here because the left side, like I said, I used a 12 by 12, which I ended up cutting about 4 inches off of it just to make this size. But I like the way this turned out. So you can see that there. And then on the inside of this one, I added a piece of paper to make a pocket on the left from the cutout extras that I had from making this piece. And then I had a big piece left over that I think I'll use for something else. So I hope you enjoyed this quick craft with me video. I will definitely be back soon to show you more projects. I've got some more tutorials coming up, some craft shares, and some hauls. All right, my friends, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know what you thought of this video. I will link Sandy's channel below, Septeria18, where I saw this awesome tutorial. And I will see you next time. Don't forget to check out the discount code for the Bayfair collection as well, which I will link for you below. Thanks so much for stopping by.